Welcome to a special edition of State of the Jungle presented by First Star Logistics. We are live from the First Star Logistics studio here in Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm with my main man, Logan, as always. And today we have a special video for you guys. We'll be breaking down the Bengals defense, and I'm going to explain to you guys why that man behind me, Anarumo, is the best defensive coordinator in the National Football League. Enjoy. So the first play that we're going to break down is a play that came on I believe it was a 3rd and 3. So I'm going to stop you here. As you can see right here, Von Bell lined up in a safety position, of course. What this play doesn't show you is literally right before Von Bell actually trickles down, almost in a spy/blitzer situation. You had Sam Hubbard lined up on the edge right here. First and foremost, it takes having a very smart guy at the defensive end. His job was pretty much to understand what Watson's cadence was going to be. And the moment he saw Watson pretty much make his adjustment right before he snapped the ball, Sam Hubbard goes from his edge position and works his way into a middle linebacker / a spy position. He made Joseph Asai shift over to the edge because Joseph Asai was more so in line, if you will. So now you got Sam Hubbard serving as the middle linebacker. You got Joseph Asai taking over Sam Hubbard's spot as the edge rusher here. You got Von Bell coming down from his safety position. Now, in this spot, Deshaun Watson's not even looking at him. If you can see, Deshaun Watson's looking over here, right? He's trying to figure out what in the hell, why is Trey Flowers, who's the Bengals cornerback, lined up in a linebacking position? Okay, I'll tell you why. Because right there, as you see, right before Deshaun Watson snapped the ball, he saw Von Bell come down, and he stopped. He stopped, Von Bell comes down, Von Bell stops his pursuit, and he says, okay, let me just act like it was a bluff. So basically, at this point, his job is to see if he can try to confuse Deshaun Watson and make Deshaun Watson think, okay, I'm just taking Kareem Hunt coming out of the backfield if this is a pass. Well, let's figure out what actually happened here. He comes in again. Right before Deshaun Watson snaps the ball, he comes in again. He says, okay, this is my spot, right? It's almost like a game of cat and mouse, right? A game of chess. How can I outsmart the quarterback? How can I outsmart the offense? Well,
the little things.
It's the little things. It's the little things that matter. Then you see automatically Von Bell has a free lane towards Deshaun Watson. Obviously, you got your running back that can still come in and block, but I'm taking Von Bell in this matchup over a running back. For some reason, the tackle rushed extremely. The tackle got out of his stance kind of weird. And I'm guessing that's because Joseph Asai sort of had like a wide rush, right, towards him. So we see the play breakdown. Von Bell gets pretty much caught up, essentially. He gets caught up immediately. But look over here. Look over here. This is what he was focused on earlier. He was trying to focus on what was Logan Wilson doing. Now you got Sam Hubbard, who Sam Hubbard's job was actually, I guess from Watson's perspective, was to spy him. Yeah. But when you look at it, this turned into a 6-man rush, right?
Very quickly.
You got Hendrickson, you got Wilson, you got BJ Hill, you got Von Bell, and you got Sam Hubbard and Osai all rushing at the same time. So this is pretty much just a man cover, a blitz where you got 6 guys rushing the quarterback. At this point, the purpose of this play is to create chaos for Deshaun Watson. So as you see, they collapse the pocket. They collapsed the pocket. They all collapsed the pocket, forced Deshaun Watson to step up, which resulted in a Joseph Asai, Von Bell, Sam Hubbard sack. Boom. There we go. Logan Wilson, all of them just meet at the quarterback. Logan, what are your thoughts on this play, man?
Another little thing that you're going to see, it's just a very small little detail, is Logan Wilson. Once we get the other angle, you'll see it a little better. But you can see he takes a jab step towards like where Sam Hubbard is eventually coming. He's right here. You can see him kind of take a jab step towards Trey and then back out, and that just leaves the hole so extremely wide open. Trey sees it. Like you said, it's probably not made for that. But again, he jumped on it and led to it right away. The play was for that reason, but either Von Bell or Sam Hubbard were going to get home eventually. And that little jab step by Logan Wilson allowed. Look how exactly it's coming right open, all because Logan Wilson gave him a little something on the inside.
I'll be real with you, man. Deshaun Watson has a guy right here.
Yeah.
He has an outlet, but he's too focused on looking down at the edge rushers coming. He sees a big behemoth and Logan Wilson, number 55, coming down. He's like, oh, snap, this guy's about to eat my lunch. And then you see Sam Hubbard. But honestly, if Deshaun Watson kept his head about him, you got David Njoku right here against Trey Flowers. I'm hitting that play all day. And I think David Njoku has enough speed to make something happen out of there. You know what I mean? But, he didn't see it in time. He looked down at the rush, and the guys got home.
Yeah. They also kind of get home too because it's one of those like fundamentally sound plays too at the end where the edges didn't over pursue. They literally just held their edge and they let their middle guys do their job. Like Asai and Trey could easily just over pursue and give Watson lanes, but they don't. They stay home and it causes the chaos, like you said, and just the cows. 8 people get a half sack right here. Everybody. That's obviously only half sack for a couple people. That's a sack on all 11 people. On the
Listen,
field.
and this defense and Lou Anarumo's defense, everybody eats. And I tell you, that's one thing I like about this guy, man. He has so many different pressure packages and different ways he gets to the quarterback, man. And like I said, it doesn't even matter if, they actually get home. The idea is to create chaos. And that's what Lou Anarumo does for life, for a quarterback in the pocket. He creates chaos. Never does he want a quarterback to feel settled. You know what I mean? And that's what you see here.
I think another thing, too, that he does so extremely well is he shows these really creative, exotic looks. But this isn't the only look he has from this formation. We've seen plenty of times Sam Hubbard lining up at this, linebacker position, moving into that role. And we'll have several other plays to show you that do that as well. It's just so he creates these weird, exotic blitzes and then doesn't just have one play from it. So now you see it here. And then next week or next year when we play Cleveland, we'll do something completely different out of this formation. And he keeps confusing people, keeping the quarterbacks on their toes and causes them just to hesitate as long as he can.
This was one of my favorite plays, and it's a weird play because, it's not an interception, it's not a fumble, it's not a turnover, but something that happens is Lou is showing a 6-man blitz, right? You got Sam Hubbard on this side, you got Trey Hendrickson on this side. And one thing that we always like to talk about is creating chaos for opposing quarterbacks, especially against a rookie quarterback like Kenny Pickett. So what Lou's going to do here is he's going to show a huge blitz. But what we're going to see is we're going to focus on Trey Hendrickson. Something else that makes a defense coordinator special and makes Lou Anarumo the best defense coordinator in the NFL is he trusts his guys. He trusts his guys, whether it's his corners, his safeties, but he also trusts his edge rushers like Trey Hendrickson, and that's what we're going to see right here. And you're going to see Trey Hendrickson is 1-on-1 against Najee Harris right here. It's not normal to trust an edge rusher number one 1-on-1 against a prolific pass-catching running back like Najee Harris. So you're seeing Kenny Pickett, he's scanning the field, and he immediately targets that matchup, right? Because you think an edge rusher versus Najee Harris. But what they don't realize is Trey Hendrickson is actually elite at defending against opposing running backs, and he makes a huge pass deflection there. You're going to see Kenny Pickett is getting absolutely flustered. You got Logan Wilson blitzing, you got the 5 defensive linemen right here, and you're going to see Trey Hendrickson peel off against Najee Harris. And Kenny Pickett, like I said, immediately targets him and goes after that matchup.
So I think one thing that is becoming a staple in Lou Anarumo's defense is the 6-man pressure look. I think when you look at it, he has shown this pressure so many times in his tenure with the Cincinnati Bengals as the defensive coordinator. He showed this pressure. We showed you guys the clip earlier, what he did to Deshaun Watson. That time he got home, he created chaos again in the pocket, making you think. But with a rookie quarterback, you can keep them flustered. You can force Kenny Pickett to make a perfect pass here. Now, I'll tell you right now, and I had alluded to this earlier in the video. I talked about what makes Lou Anarumo's defense so special is because he has willing edge rushers. He has willing edge rushers that are willing to go above and beyond and not just do the simple job. They're willing to go out there and they're willing to do the dirty work. They're willing to cover guys. They're willing to make tackles. They're willing to cover tight ends. They'll do whatever. They're willing to drop back in the linebacker spot as spies or whatever the case may be. Sam Hubbard and Trey Hendrickson has quietly become one of the best edge rushing duos in the National Football League. Now, one thing I want to say really quickly that I don't think people realize is if you look closely here, again, this is what you do when you have a rookie quarterback. He has an outlet. Kenny Pickett has an outlet. He has his wide receiver coming free, scot-free, wide open right here. He also has his tight end funneling right behind the supposed linebacker. So he has guys. He has people that he can rely on. Look at number 18, wide open. This is okay. You're a rookie quarterback. You were drafted in the first round. I want to see how smart you truly are, right? I'm gonna leave your guy 18 wide open. I'm gonna leave your tight end wide open. Any one of these two guys would have been a better choice for Kenny Pickett than going to their running back. But Kenny Pickett at that point was trusting his Jimmy Joes instead of his X's and O's. And if you look at this play run through, 18 again, wide open. He chose the more difficult play. Look at it. You see it. 18's in motion. 18 comes out. Boom, hits him. He hits him right there. come on, he gets a first down and probably even scores. Who knows? But Kenny Pickett didn't see it. Kenny Pickett saw his running back on a defensive end, and he said, "You know what? I'm taking it." Not realizing Trey Hendrickson was a willing and capable, not only edge rusher, but a guy that was willing to cover a running back out of the backfield.
This is something where this is Lou Anarumo versus a rookie quarterback. That's the chess matchup, and Lou's going to win that 10 times out of 10. I can assure you they were watching film early in the week, and they said, hey, we're going to force him to make a perfect throw against Trey Hendrickson, and they're going to trust Trey because Lou understands as soon as he brings pressure, Kenny Pickett is going to look at his best matchup, and he thought that was the running back instead of looking at the wide open guy in the crosser. So this is a perfect example of what happens when you bring pressure. Look, Jesse Bates was on the tight end, brought the pressure, and as soon as he sees Jesse Bates coming up the middle, he's going to look at who's his best matchup instead of looking at the entire cluster in the middle of the field.
18 was the play there. 18 was the guy Kenny Pickett was supposed to hit. But Kenny Pickett did exactly what Lou Anarumo does to all quarterbacks. Doesn't matter if you're Patrick Mahomes, Deshaun Watson, he flusters these guys. He creates chaos. Lou, the creator of chaos. That's going to be his new nickname for me. He's the creator of chaos. 18 is the play right there. 18 gets the Steelers home. But again, Kenny Pickett didn't see it in time, and that's why Lou, another reason why Lou is the best defense coordinator in the National Football League. So this is one of my favorite plays of the season, man. As you can see, Lou right here is showing, again, a six-man pressure. And if you guys haven't noticed yet, the six-man pressure is becoming a staple in the Cincinnati Bengals defense. I'm with my main man, Nate. We're going to be breaking down this play. It's pretty cool because, honestly, this is really just a coverage. This is just a coverage sack. This is just the Bengals defense playing great coverage and forcing Patrick Mahomes to trust his guys, right? You know, I think one thing that has been shown this football season, Nate, is I think that Patrick Mahomes has been, looking at two guys in this offense for the most part, right? It's been either Travis Kelce or it's been Juju Smith-Schuster. And I think that for whatever reason, he doesn't have the greatest rapport with the rest of these guys, or maybe he just says the trust factor just isn't there. And Lou Anarumo tests that right here. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? And when you look at it, he shows a six-man pressure, but it winds up only being a three-man pressure. It winds up being a three-man pressure. So this is you ever played the game Major Look? That this is what this is right here. So if you look at it, you watch it play through, you see Joseph Ossai rips in. He absolutely just completely destroys Orlando Brown. And this is all an effort play at this point. Three-man rusher. This is causing Patrick Mahomes to overthink. Now, we all know Mahomes is used to, his exotic plays, if you will. Hey, one thing you'll notice about this Lou Anarumo's defense is he will always give you an opportunity to find an outlet. Well, I'm looking at it right there. His outlet is who? Juju Smith-Schuster. All he has to do is trust him, throw it. But his eyes are all focused on the rush.
Well, this is a classic example of Lou Anarumo making you think. It really affects Patrick Mahomes because what he sees pre-snap is not the same thing that he gets post-snap. So if you're going to go back a little bit, when he's showing that six-man pressure, he's thinking, I got to get the ball out fast. Right? But the thing is, Sam Hubbard drops right into his hot, which is Travis Kelce right there. And then he's got Juju Smith-Schuster coming in on an in route deeper in the middle of the field. And the interesting part really is the matchup between Joseph Ossai and Orlando Brown. Orlando Brown gets beat inside because he thinks he has McKinnon chipping on the inside, but McKinnon bounces out and releases outward.
Right.
So Ossai gets inside on Mahomes, and then it's really just amazing agility and effort by Ossai to get to Mahomes.
I agree. I think Ossai makes this play through and through, and I also think this is, if you watch the game film, I would say Lou Anarumo threw so many different looks at Patrick Mahomes this entire game, and I think it may have caused Patrick Mahomes to have a lack of confidence a little bit
just
on what he was seeing.
Just that extra second he has to think is enough to disrupt the entire play.
Exactly. I agree. I thought it was kind of interesting if you watch this play run through. Travis Kelce and Juju Smith-Schuster sort of like ran not similar routes, but they kind of blocked each other, if you will. I don't think that was a necessarily good design or even that was even the correct one, because if you look at here as this play runs through, Mahomes and Kelce, you see Mahomes, he evades Joseph Ossai here, but as the play runs through, Kelce and Juju Smith-Schuster are in the same exact vicinity. I don't think it's supposed to go that way, right? And then they realize, oh crap, we got to break through, we got to break out. Boom, all right, let's get away. Boom, up, sack, too late.
Well, Travis Travis here is he wants to sit on
Yeah.
that little curl right there. He wants to sit, and Juju Smith-Schuster's coming in on a dig.
Mhm.
So when Mahomes starts scrambling to his left, Travis, knowing and having that great chemistry with Mahomes, he starts scrambling left too to give him an outlet to throw to.
Right.
And Schuster, on the other hand, he's moving right. He kind of just gets in the way, and it's a result of Lou Anarumo's his scheme, really. I mean, like I said, it confuses and it creates chaos.
Yes, Lou is the master of creating chaos and defensive pressure, and I genuinely believe that Lou Anarumo, he's been running a lot of these similar plays since he took over as the Bengals defense coordinator. It was all about getting his guys in here. Now you got guys who don't take plays off. You got guys who show full effort. And let me tell you something. There are 3 keys to a Lou Anarumo defense, and I'm gonna tell you what it is. It's having 2 committed rushers in Sam Hubbard and Trey Hendrickson, who are versatile. They'll coverage, they'll do spy, they'll rush the passer, and they stop the run as well. But DJ Reader, aka the Gravedigger, DJ Reader is the man of this Bengals defense. He is the heart and soul of this Bengals defense.
Yes.
And those 3 guys, right, on the defensive line makes life easier for the entire defense. It's the reason why, even though they lost Cheetah Awuzie, who's the #1 corner for the Cincinnati Bengals, they're still playing like a top 5 unit right now.
The one thing, if you can go back to the pre-snap, Mahomes sees something different pre-snap, and this is what Lou does great. Pre-snap, like you said, it looks like a 6-man blitz. And when you look at Sam Hubbard, it's okay. Normally, like we saw in the last play against the Browns, you're thinking he's going to rush. But the fact that he sits back into a QB spy, Mahomes is thinking, okay, I'm going to get this ball out quick. This is a quick, 6-man pressure. Then he only rushes 3. And Sam Hubbard, QB spy, it completely throws Mahomes off his game. So Lou is testing out, okay, Patrick Mahomes, let's see your football IQ. Let's see if you can take, what this whole confusion that I'm throwing at you.
Well, even going back to last year, even in the AFC Championship game, that's what they did. They were dropping 8 back in coverage, and Sam Hubbard, when he was playing linebacker, he was the spy, and he would come right at Mahomes. Instead, he sits back in the right into the window that Mahomes wants to throw to.
Who else is doing this?
Yeah.
Who else is doing this to Patrick Mahomes?
Right. I think Lou is going to continue to make this defense play phenomenal, and they're only getting better. That's the thing. This team is starting to gel at the right time. They're starting to cook at the right time. It's because of Lou, the mad scientist, the guy they got as the defensive coordinator, cooking up great plays. So, yeah, I think that one thing for all you Bengals fans out there, I'll definitely say continue to watch the exotic blitz packages and stuff that Lou Anarumo continuously throws each and every single week at opposing quarterbacks. And one thing's for sure, 2 things for certain, it's never the same look. It's never the same look. And he takes the advice of his players. He's literally a player's coach. He listens to his players. He trusts his players. He's like, guys, what are you seeing out there? Talk with me. Communicate with me. And to Nate's point, Sam Hubbard drops right. Listen, Sam Hubbard, when he dropped back into the passing lane, he knows because Mahomes loves to throw those quick little hitch routes to Travis Kelce, which result in 15-yard gains or even more. So the simple fact that he was able to sort of shift straight to that, then you got Logan Wilson on top of Kelce. It's like, where are you going to go with the football? Well, it's going to force you to hold the ball a little bit longer and things of that nature. And one thing I just want to shout out, I know Trey Hendrickson is right now dealing with the broken wrist and stuff like that. Don't sleep on Joseph Asai, man. Joseph Asai is playing like a bat out of hell. I expect him to eat this week, especially with no Tristan Wirfs for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But Joseph Asai has made some phenomenal plays, man, this season, and this is just amazing here.
He hasn't played a lot of reps on the outside edge, but when he does, he definitely makes a problem.
Absolutely. And I think the one thing that's good about this Bengals defense, last thing I'll say, is they play selfless football. That's what makes this unit special. But we appreciate you guys for joining us live from the First Star Logistics studio, breaking down 3 plays from the Cincinnati Bengals defense. This will be something that we start doing more often. We have a nice video coming up soon where we're going to be breaking down Jamar Chase versus Denzel Ward. That was a fantastic match. I appreciate my guys, Logan, Nate, and Daniel, all for tuning in and breaking down this film with me. It's been a blast, and we hope that you guys enjoyed it.